Hello and good afternoon. My name is Shanavia Bates. I am a contributor with 20 something in Black, and I am finishing up the last segment of the May book, which is with our book club. And it is How to Be Parisian Wherever You Are. Hopefully you were able to catch Brianna F and Brianna E's videos prior to this one. If you have not, I recommend that you go back and watch them because they are great. So the last section that I will be doing is the Parisian tips, which is chapter 5. So the first one is spending time the Parisian way, which I like this section very much because I like how it breaks it down. Like, this is how you should do it each day. This is how you should do it each week. And this is what you should do on the weekends. And so, like, for the day, like, they tell you what to do. Like, one was like, don't eat breakfast. Another one was like, read the newspaper by yourself on lunch break and drink at least 1 glass of wine between 7:30 and 10:30. And then just like jot down like different things in your notebooks that you heard while you were grocery shopping. Like, it's just like small things like that. And then for how to spend your week, it said something about having like talk to like everyone in the same tone of voice, like whether it's your parents, like a Uber driver, someone at work, someone you met in the restroom or something like that, which I think is also like a great tip because typically we have different tones when we talk to different people, but I think having that one set tone when we talk to each person allows us to treat everyone the same. And then another one was like sell a pair of shoes on eBay, or treat yourself to some flowers to brighten up your apartment. That was just for the week. And then like how to spend a Parisian weekend is promise yourself you won't go out on a Friday, so you'll make sure you get a good night's rest. And then it says go out for a drink after work, then get dragged to a restaurant in your nightclub in spite of yourself. Like, so something that you typically wouldn't do. And then be thankful for small things, like for example lingerie was what was listed, and like go to the market on Sunday with your wicker basket, prepare a delicious lunch with veggies, fresh bread, and salted butter. So it's just like different things that you gather throughout the book. So my question to you guys is, how do you typically spend your day? How do you typically spend your week? And how do you typically spend your weekend? For me, like a day for me is just like going to work from 8:45 to 1:30, 1:45, and then I have conversations with my coworkers before I leave, and then I come home, or I go to my sister's house and I socialize there, work on a few things, and then I end my night. Sometimes I typically eat breakfast, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I have my coffee, sometimes I don't. And also, like, I make sure that I read like my affirmations, daily affirmations, every morning when I wake up. I have them like posted on my mirror. So I read them and like, repeat them to myself while I'm like preparing for my morning. A typical week for me, it's just doing the same thing. So sometimes I may go to Bible study, or I may work out one day out the week, and maybe I may cook or something like that. So that's typically how my week goes. My week is pretty much like a day. So it's like everything that I do in one day. And the next one is on your mannerpiece. I really like this section because, as I said before, when I was answering question 1, about putting things on my mirror. So the question that I gathered from this one is, are you a person to put things in your mirror in either the bathroom or in your room to remind yourself of those things or those memories, or having daily affirmations posted so it can constantly keep your mind going, keep you flowing. And it could be of memories too. As I said, like, you can have it of a trip that you went on. You have like a picture that you just like have to keep there so you can be reminded of it. Or just going to a movie to see like your favorite movie, like you want to keep the movie stud. So for me, like, I just have daily affirmations up right now. And I just have them posted in my bathroom mirror where I'm like, listing things that are important or that keeps me going. So for example, like, I have a sticky note that says, if you let yourself be successful, you should be successful. So like, just having like those little small reminders and telling myself this on a daily, because sometimes, we always have this mindset that we can't do certain things, or we are not that good to do certain things. So like, I just like having those type of things. I haven't gotten to the point where I have memories and things up yet, but we will get there. So the next section is lighten up. And this section right here is just based upon, like, lighten up your room, like things that, like, having your room set, or your house or your apartment or your living space set to something that lightens your mood or puts you in a calm spirit. Because so typically, like, our like living space is somewhere where we can feel safe. And so I love this section, and how, they just broke down, like, things that should be in your kitchen, your living room, or your bedroom, or your bathroom, and how, like, your bathroom should be your best friend, and how your bedroom, your light should be kept low, and how your living room, how things should be displayed in your living room, and then how your kitchen should have enough space to create two different vibes. So I like that, and how it breaks it down. So the question I have is, does your living space or your home puts you in the right mood when you walk in? And does it keeps you in a calm mood while you're there? So like, if someone texts you with something that you just like can put you up in an uproar, just being in your space, like, does that help you calm your mood down to respond in a more effective way versus a more rudely way? And for me personally, like, I think I'm still working on that, because having my living space fit my mood, because I like light colors in my room, as well as some little dark colors, because I like for my room to have like a dim light like it has now, like allowing the sun to shine in, but having like one of those like really dim lamps. I don't want nothing too bright, and also because I wear contacts, so I like to feel mellow. So that's just me. So the next section is little big treats. Sometimes as women, we get so caught up in things that we don't typically make time for our own self-care. And so the question I want to go off of with this section, and I'll explain this section after I ask the question, is, are you willing to make an exception for caring for others and care for yourself by doing something that makes you happy on a typical day? I know for me, I am starting to do that. Like, at first I wasn't, especially in college. Like, I never really did self-care days, but now that I've graduated, now that I'm really finding myself, I'm finding myself doing more self-care, taking care of my skin, taking care of my lips, taking care of my hair a little bit more, making sure that I'm staying up to par, like, nothing's lacking. Because at the end of the day, like, I have to make myself happy versus making other people happy. And that's what I liked about this section, when it came down to the little bit treats. Like, it was just saying, like, sometimes typically, like, we like to stick to a routine, like, especially with our budgets. Like, we don't want to spend too much money, or we don't want to allow ourselves to, like, get so caught up in so much other things that we stay in like a little box, or so I think that sometimes treating yourself helps. It helps you come more out of your box, come out of your shell, and be who you are. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed it, I hope that you share your thoughts, that you answer the questions, and even if you will share it with us or not, just ask yourself this on a daily. So hopefully you love this discussion. Hopefully you have this book, and if you do not, I suggest that you grab it. The library has it, so you don't have to spend any money. Just go to your local library and you'll be able to find it. But like I said, I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that these questions and these things that I've said has helped, and hope you have a happy Sunday. So thank you for joining me.